Hello there, runadiers. It's Manny, and yes, yesterday was registration for Wine Dine. This is an old shirt. So, what happened? So I'm going to go over everything that happened yesterday, and but before I do, guys, we're over 600 subscribers. So, guys, keep subscribing, keep telling your friends about this channel, keep it growing. Once we get 1,000, I'm going to be going live at Disney events or runDisney events, I should say. So guys, make my life harder, please do. I enjoy doing this. I have a lot of fun doing this. I like bringing information to you guys, giving you guys some tips, tidbits, and of course going live at those runs and seeing what the magic that is happening. But without further ado, let's get going. So first off, I thought everything started more or less on time. So we've kind of stayed to what's been really going on. After a couple of minutes is when we got into the spinning queue. Then shortly after we got into basically your waiting area. So it was really once you get into the spinning queue, you get into your waiting area. So underneath the spinning queue, you guys who are familiar with it, it's going to say your estimated time. So the estimated time actually fluctuates. It can fluctuate very quickly, very slowly, depending. It can go up, it can go down, it can go up and down continuously. So guys, so you guys know about that. So we went in pretty quickly. What I saw was probably about an hour and 20 minutes roughly. The 10K was the first to sell out. Now that was kind of surprising because I thought the challenge being Figment was going to sell out fastest, and that took about an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. And then shortly after, about another 15-20 minutes after that, the 5K sold out, and the half marathon was after that. And so as of now, the only thing that's open is the post-race party, guys. Guys, if you're on the fence about doing it, I would do it as soon as possible because you never know. This sold out last year. It sold out later, so you still have a little bit of time, but you never know. And so what happened? So guys, my perspective was I had already gotten into the challenge because I'm Legacy. Then I was looking at the 5K. I got in rather quickly, and I was following a lot of you guys and some other friends of mine on social media, messenger, text, whatever it was, and it looked like everybody got in. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. If you did not get in and something happened, please, and this video is about this, so please put down below you didn't get in, what happened, so that way, again, the whole idea with these videos is solutions. Viable solutions for the majority of the people. So that's what we're going to go over. So again, my experience was pretty decent. I got in pretty quickly and I was able to get the 5K pretty quickly. But what I noticed, a lot of people who actually wrote about and had some complaints about it, was they were registering multiple people. Now, I have a person coming on who's going to be helping me, especially in social media, and this person was actually signing multiple people up, 2 people for different races. Her perspective and the perspective that I saw on the people that I was messaging was they were able to get in pretty easily. So the main complaint was once they got to the end to pay, it basically wouldn't allow the payment to go through. Some I saw said, hey, we had to go one by one and we were able to get them that way. Others said when we went one by one, we were able to get a couple of them in and then they sold out after that. So it actually, and I can see where that causes a dilemma. So to be honest, guys, I don't know the solution to this one right away because I'm not sure if something was put in wrong. It doesn't make sense if you've done it before or, that some people can do it. Again, I'm thinking that maybe something was put in wrong and so that's why it was getting kicked out, kicked back and so forth. And then once you did one at a time, you were able to fill everything in and that's the way it went. But unless I talk to runDisney about this, which I will next time I'm there, I'll try to find out what happened. But on the most part, what I don't understand is how some people got in for that with that same scenario and others did not. And again, it could be that was the case for whatever reasons. So I'll try to find out, but at least I don't have an answer to that right now. The only thing I could think of is, did you guys miss anything? Because if you miss one thing, it kicks you back out and then you have to start over again. Now, most of the stuff will be there. Sometimes it's not. So you got to start over again. Does that make sense, guys? But if you had that experience, please comment down below because, again, I want to get more information. So when I talk to Disney about this, I have more information about this. Now, the next dilemma is that they try to check out for a certain race. Then they went to their secondary race, which I actually tell you guys to do, have the secondary race. Now, if you notice in my videos, I basically tell you have 2 forms of payment, at least 2 forms of payment. Because what happens is when you go to your first form of payment, it can either not take it, or it actually puts a hold on it even though you're not in. For example, I have read this, and this one I do feel for. So for example, let's say you're doing the challenge, and the challenge is $390, and you get a gift card for $400. So you have a gift card that has $400 in it. So you go ahead and you put the challenge in. It comes out as sold out. It has put a hold on that gift card for $390, or that debit card, or whatever it is, you have put a hold on it. So now you only have $10 there. It won't just give you the money back. So when you go back in and you try to register again, it's not going to let you do it, especially if you're basically out at your limit. Even though you're going to get that money back, that's something that happens. So as of now, the only viable solution is have your second form of payment. Now, I completely understand there's a thing called empathy, and I empathize with you guys because there's some people here, and we guys take it for granted. So guys, think about this. These people, some of these people have saved money for long periods of time because this is something they want to do. It's a destination run. They're going to do it once in a lifetime, maybe once every few years. So they've saved up their money. They put it into a gift card. They put it into a debit card. And so now they got a hold. So now they have no option. So they've been basically thrown out. And again, guys, it's easy for people to say, hey, you should just have a credit card. You should have this. I'm never going to tell anybody that they should have credit cards. They should open up more credit cards, more bank statements, whatever. That's everybody. That's their own business, not mine. The people that can prepare for it, that's the best thing that you can do. But guys, let's have a little bit of empathy for them, saying, hey, you know what? I that one I understand, and I'm not sure if Disney can actually supersede, because I don't know if it's the charging system or Disney themselves, but I think that they should drop that fee. Some people were saying, man, I saw $2,000 of charges. It's not $2,000 of charges. It's $2,000 of hold, and it's going to go away. Sometimes it lasts for a few hours, a few days, whatever it is, but it'll drop, and you're not going to see it anymore. The only thing that'll come in is going to be what's actually charged. So when you register and you have $390, it'll post later on as charged. So then you have to, if it's a credit card, you have to pay it off. If it's a debit card or gift card, then it just subtracts it from the total that you already have. I hope that makes sense, guys. But again, it shows a little bit of how some people are struggling financially and stuff, and we just have to be empathetic for those people, and those people I do feel sorry for. Now, to piggyback on this, guys, I know you watch my channel because I actually tell you guys to share this information, and I did see this shared somewhere, which is something that I do think Disney should look at. Now, I'm not saying that they will implement it, but it's something that they can look at. That is, once you get into your registration form, you have 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes if you're just signing yourself up, maybe for 2 people. Anything above 2 people, 3 minutes. And again, that includes if you're going to sign up 10 people, 3 minutes. So you got to be quick, you got to be efficient, you got to get in there. Again, if 3 minutes have passed and there's still there's still open slots, then everybody should be able to get in. But 2 to 3 minutes, I think, would be viable a solution to that issue. And the reason I say is because a lot of you guys, I know I am, I'm just comfortable getting in and looking at resorts, and I said, as soon as I pick a resort, I have 15 minutes in order for me to get that resort. After 15 minutes, it goes back out. But I have 15 minutes. When it comes to certain tickets, certain ticketed attractions, to certain ticketed events, I also have that 15 minutes. So I can sit there and take my time. I can put in payment information. Now, people will slow down a little bit, at least a little bit, so they can actually type and stop, forgetting to put this, and this, getting kicked out, then getting kicked back in. And so they take a little bit of time. I think that's a viable solution. Again, I don't know what Disney IT, what's behind it. Maybe they just can't do it for now. I don't know. I think that would help somewhat. But again, what it's going to cause is it's going to take longer for you guys to register. So once you do that, then that means that the people that are waiting, so now the 30-minute wait before you get in is going to be 45 minutes. If it was 45 minutes, an hour and stuff, slots will still be open, or they should be open, because again, people are in the queue and getting their stuff. They're registering for their stuff. But again, it's the same as D23. If you guys are D23 members, is once you get in, you can go all the way through, pay, and all of a sudden it says sold out. I think in some instances, it says sold out before you even register. So again, that might be something that you can do. That'd be another viable solution. So like, let's say you get there and you pick the 5K and the 5K sold out, or the 10K. 10K was the first one that sold out yesterday after over an hour. So what you do is when you click the 10K, it says sold out. So now you can go to your second choice. And so that's that. Now, again, that's not a perfect system, but at least it can move you to the next one, so that way it can save valuable seconds. Does that make sense? Do you guys have any other options that you can think about? List them down below if you think of anything else. But let's move on to other topics that were and are still being written about on social media. Okay, the next one that is being suggested a lot, and it has found a life on its own, is the lottery system. Guys, the lottery system works for certain aspects, certain runs. You got to remember this. Disney is a fun run. They are fun runs that are basically made family friendly, user friendly for even if you're single runners like myself. I have run Disney family now that I can run with, and I have fun running with them. So that's one of those that the lottery system may not work. Now guys, you also have to take into consideration that this is kind of a lottery system, because as soon as a spinning queue starts, then you're put into your lottery pick, and so whenever it's your turn, you go in and you're able to register. Now again, this is my take, and guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Somebody actually posted this on social media today. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to say this in the video, and thank you guys for posting these things, because you've heard me over and over saying this. For every slot, one slot that is Disney has, there's probably, for Wine Dine, I would say 2 to 3 people that want that slot. So so half the people, or even a little bit more than half the people that try to register, are not going to get in. That's just chance, okay? So guys, you know, that's just part of reality. That's part of what happens, guys. So guys, we have to take that into consideration, which is going to bring me to what I think the viable solution is to this issue. So before I move on to that, a couple of things. Number one is, I do not think they're going to go to lottery system. I just don't see it. Again, can Disney do it? Will they do it? They may. I just don't see it happening. And if it does, it's going to not be what the Boston, New York City, Chicago, on down the line do. There are a lot of different. Those are more competitive. Which brings me my next point before I get into my viable solution is, somebody put on there, we need to change the requirements, the pacing requirements, so that way you can limit the number of people that can run. It should be, the one person put in 14-minute miles, and I think they should do it at 14-minute miles, and that should be the cutoff, and that's it. Guys, again, I reiterate this again, this is a fun run. So guys, the only thing I actually think that they might eventually do is maybe go up to 16:50, 17 minutes a mile. I still don't even think they'll do that. I think 16-minute miles is a viable thing, because remember, this is a fun run. Guys, when you sit there going like 14-minute miles, you got to take into consideration that, again, this is a fun run. You stop to take pictures with characters. You stop in front of the castle and stuff. Guess what? Unless you're blazing fast, you're not going to be able to stop. And you're going to really alienate a lot of the people that are running. If you notice, most of the people that are are in the second half, like they're the slower half. And that's okay, because they're out there to be active and have fun. And that's okay. But again, what I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go to this and say this. The only viable solution sometimes to the people that are unreasonable are the solutions that can only benefit them. I will always say this, and I'll do this over and over and over. I'll say this over and over and over, is this. If there is a solution that benefits the majority, but it hurts me, I will gladly accept that, because you know what? Again, it helps the majority of people. I am going to be glad to do that, and so I think that would be something that's great. But again, I always look at it this way. If you got in, it was the best system ever. If you didn't get in, it's a worse system ever. So guys, we have to have a little breaking point. So now I'm getting to my viable solution that I think that people should follow. So Princess Elsa sang Let It Go. And I'm going to suggest, just let it go, guys. Guys, if you didn't get into the run, it's okay. What I suggest is, do not lower your your excitement for registering for these runs, the nervousness. I'm there with you guys. I'm always nervous. I'm not going to get in, and I haven't gotten into every run that I've always wanted to also. But what I do is I go in there and no expectations. I expect that I might not get in. I always make my hotel reservations beforehand, so I know I'm going to be going. What happened, and guys, I really suggest that you do this, guys. I did the spectating thing for the first time during the Princess 5K. I had a blast. I had so much fun. It was so much fun. And again, it's probably not something that I would do in every race, but you know what? I'm gonna give in and say, you know what? If I don't get in, I'm just still gonna wake up. I'm still gonna go there, and I'm gonna have fun cheering you guys on. It is so much fun cheering you guys on. If you were in my shoes, you would have been going like, man, I want to see more. I want to see more people wave and say hi and what's going on. And then you see the kids, the runners with disabilities, and you see this. It's just amazing just to watch them. It's really cool, guys. So I plead with you guys, instead of getting angry and I got screwed over and this and that, go and show up, and you can hang out with me if I'm watching. It's a lot of fun. I remember the puppet runner did not get into only the marathon. He didn't get into the other runs. He was still cheering us on. Michael of Run to Small World, he didn't get into, I want to say it was last year's Springtime Surprise. He was still there cheering us on. And you know what? It makes a huge difference. You know, you watch these guys who are, you know, they're hills and their monuments in the Run Disney community, and you watch them and how positive they are. And guys, that's the part of Run Disney that I want to be part of. So guys, my viable solution is this. Go in there and sometimes think the expectations is I'm going to try everything I can, everything that Manny has taught me. I'm going to try to see if I can get into this run. And you know what? And if I don't get in, I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to start pointing fingers. I'm not going to just, you know, go off the haywire and start, you know, throwing out this negativity in the world. You know what? I'm still going to see if I can go and show up and I can cheer these people on, so I can see these young people, these people with disabilities, these people who are trying to change their lives, and I'm going to cheer them on, because you know what? It's inspiring to see. It's inspiring to you know, for me to be there to look at it. It's going to be inspiring for you guys too. So guys, you know how passionate I am. This one I wrote very little notes. I thought this was going to be a short video, and I just went on because this is so passionate. I'm so passionate about Run Disney, and I want everybody to have a positive experience no matter what happened. Okay guys, with that said, next week we're going to start switching over to Springtime Surprise, because that's going to be coming in, and we also have registration right before, a couple of days before Springtime Surprise, the expo starts. We're going to have registration for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend in next January. And of course, that's going to piggyback with the first Coast to Coast. And so it's going to be another tough one. We're going to start talking about in a couple weeks. But we're going to piggyback right into Springtime Surprise. Guys, last chance. Did you want to post anything about trying to register into the run? Anything that you had positive? Anything that you had that wasn't as good? Something that you think that I can talk to Disney about and maybe make it a viable solution for the majority? Guys, comment down below. As usual, guys, you are amazing. You're fun. You're a lot of fun to interact with. I love interacting with you guys. Create a magical run. Create a magical day. And guys, see you sooner than later.